I have a box of Happy Mail. Let's have a look. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina. This is Lifting Pins and Needles, a channel all about sewing, where the whole goal is for us to be limitless in our sewing, breaking down barriers, having no limits, endless possibilities. In this vlog, I want to share some sewing goodies that were sent to me from the States by two lovely ladies, very generous, and I'm going to share what they sent. I recently was contacted by Annie through Instagram, and she's been watching the channel for a long time, and actually her daughter has a YouTube channel about sewing, mainly related to making bags. She does really great tutorials on bag making. You probably know who she is, Legionaro Barnes. I will link Legionaro's YouTube video down in the description box. And her mum, Annie, she offered to send me any sewing tool that I wanted. You know, I'm always saying, you know, I can't find this, I can't find that. And she sent me a message offering this, and I thought, yeah, okay. There is one tool that I would really like to have, and it's a little tool. It's not an expensive tool, but it's going to make a huge difference to my future birder style projects. Now, I have been accumulating these magazines, and before getting into the indie pattern PDF world, I think most of my sewing career, like 2 decades or more, was based on tracing patterns. And when you've been doing that your whole life, it's a non-issue. You just trace the pattern, right? But then I got babied into just printing your size layers on PDFs and not having to trace anymore. And then it's been hard to get back into the tracing. Although I'm always flipping through my magazines and wishing to make this and that, and now it's going to be so much easier. So I asked her if she could find me this, and this is a brand Clover, and it's a double tracing wheel. So basically you put a paper and carbon paper underneath your huge birder style sheet that's like covered in lines and things. You find your color and the type of line you're supposed to be following, and then you can set the second wheel to the seam allowance that you want. So if I like a centimeter of seam allowance, I will set it to 1, 2, or 3 centimeters of seam allowance. So when I trace, the wheel is going to be doing the 2 lines at the same time. And because I've bought huge carbon paper and huge paper to put under, the tracing time will be reduced to like nothing, because before I was putting transparent paper on top of the huge birder sheet and then tracing by hand, and yeah, it took a bit longer, you know. So this is going to make a huge difference, and I am so happy to have this now. It's just a tool that is going to make all the difference. So thank you, Annie. So I've taken it out of the bag. They come with the wheels like that, like flat, but you can take them out and put them in these little holes. So there they are together, parallel. And when I trace, I'm really tracing on my carbon paper and making the 2 lines at the same time, and making my seam allowance mark there at 1 centimeter, which is what I prefer actually. My preferred seam allowance. Depends on the garment. If it's a skirt, I like side seams to be 2 centimeters. If it's a pencil skirt made out of thick fabric, I think the seam just hangs nicer if the seam allowance is thicker. And this, I mean, I can manipulate. Like I can make a 1/4 inch seam allowance on necklines. This is just gold. It's gold. She also put into the envelope a packet of Schmetz needles. And these are Microtex sharp needles, and they are 80/12 size. So this is really good. I never had needles like this, like so specialized, you know. On the other side, it says it works with microfibers, polyester, silks, foils, artificial leather. Very thin needle creates beautiful top stitching. So yeah, for my silk and chiffon, I'm gonna be very happy to have these. There was also another packet of stretch needles, but I've already opened it and I've already started using it, so I don't have it right here. And then also came this little snipper. What are they called? I'm calling it a snipper because you snip your thread. And I don't know why I haven't been using these. I have seen these, but I don't know. I've been using these huge shears to like snip my threads. And the brand of this is Eagle, and it feels like Teflon. And it's smooth to cut thread like butter. It's just so nice. So thank you so much, Annie, for sending me these things that are going to make a huge difference to my sewing. And they already have. I mean, this has already made a difference. And when I get to tracing my birder style patterns, this is going to make a huge difference. Before I show you the amazing content in the box I received, please subscribe to this channel, tap on the bell so you get notified and never miss out. Thank you so much. Then I have a box, and this box was sent to me from Vivian. She's Stitches and Seams on Instagram. When she was moving house last year, she found some sewing books and asked me if I would like to have them. And I've never had a sewing book in my hands, for real. I'm telling you, I did not learn using sewing books or anything. So she sent me a box with these 2 books and other things like bonuses, and everything in there is so beautiful. It's a beautiful sewing care package, and it's got a handwritten card in there. And I'll show you things that are in the box. Jean buttons. So there's 6 in this packet, and they're very nice. They're like golden colored. Very nice jean buttons. There is a McCaw's pattern that is for chiffon, because she knows my love for chiffon. This is McCaw's 7094, and the sizes here large to extra large. And I'll put a line drawing here so you can see the little pleats on the shoulders here and that neckline. And it's got some sort of placket that is like a half placket, which is a new technique I will want to learn. And it's just a beautiful design, and I can't wait to make it in chiffon like the one on the envelope. It's very beautiful. Okay, so the books. This is the most famous book, and I see everyone like sourcing this book as part of how they do fit adjustments, and just lots of knowledge in this book and theoretical things I would need to know. Even names of adjustments. You know, I've been sewing, I know how to do things. I don't know sometimes what those things are called, what the proper names are, and I've had hard time finding out and educating myself on the proper names of things that I know how to do. And there are lots of things I don't know how to do. And so what is this book? Fit for Real People. So this is a book by Patty Palm and Marta Alto. And it's all about the tissue fitting and other things. And oh, there's just a wealth of things in here. I mean, I've sat down to flip through this book, and I'm just overwhelmed by all the information that is here that is going to be so helpful for me to learn and to help others, because sometimes I get asked things that are not usually adjustments I make. You know, I only sew for my body, so I'm sort of a specialist in my body. But I do see and I do recognize fitting issues when I see pictures of other people. And sometimes I could have a better input if I actually knew what these adjustments were called, instead of saying do this, you could do that, and adjust here, and like in just a descriptive way. If you actually knew the names of these adjustments, yeah, this is just going to be huge learning for me. So I am so happy to have this book. And then the other one is a Reader's Digest Complete Guide to Sewing. Now these are hefty, heavy books. They weigh like a lot. And this is a beautiful book. I mean, just to sit down and see all these techniques in these awesome diagrams is just amazing. This book has everything. Neckline finishes, you know, there's so much. Rolled collars, straight band, waistband techniques, faced waistbands, elastic waistbands, belts, sleeves, patch pockets, inside pocket. I mean, it's just endless, the amount of things that are in here that is going to help me draft my own pieces for things. Sometimes techniques, I want to see another way to do them I could find in here. It's just a wealth of sewing knowledge in these 2 books. These are the first 2 sewing books I've ever had, and I am so happy to have them. So thank you so much, Vivian. These are just gold. Okay, and then she sent me some little bags that she made, zipper bags. Look at this one. So this is canvas. It's quite sturdy material with a zipper and very cute. I love these things. I can't get enough, and I need to sort out how I'm going to use these to organize things in my sewing. So this is just beautiful. This one is like a project bag, and it's quilted, and inside it's got like batting. It's like thick, and it stands up sort of thing on its own. And this would be great for a cross-stitching project. I take around with me small cross-stitching projects that take me a long time to cross-stitch. When I'm out like waiting and like go to the doctors or whatever, I have to wait, I'm all like cross-stitching. And this is such a cute little bag to take those little projects inside my proper bag. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. Look at these colors. There's like some sort of crab or lobster there. Starfish. It's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and it's handmade by Vivian, and it's just even more beautiful because of that, you know. And here's another project bag. This one is like in yellow, mustard, turquoise colors, and it's the same design, the same pattern, you know. It's like a little square and it stands up. Inside it's lined. These are just so precious. They're just so precious. I just can't even, you know, they're just so beautiful. And then there's a bit of fabric too, you know. This bag, well, all the fabrics came in little bags. I took them out of the bags, and I'm actually using these Ziploc bags to store some of my projects now. And this one has black bubble crepe. It's a fabric I love to work with. It's just so nice. I mean, I love the texture of bubble crepe. So there's some of that there. This one she sent over especially for my son Martin, and it's a striped sort of gray and white double brushed poly. It's so soft. It's just, you know, double brushed poly is so nice. I've asked him what he would like, and you know, at this age he's very involved in the things that he wants to wear and all that stuff. And he's got some pajama pants that are full of like superheroes, and he's been wearing those since he was 8. And those are just getting really thin, and so much washing. It's just like so old now. So he would like another pair of pajama pants made out of this fabric, because it's a medium, no, it's lightweight, double brush poly, but it's just so soft, and he just thinks it will be perfect to replace those silly superhero ones he wore when he was a bit younger. You know, he's getting older, and yeah, superheroes are sort of not that cool like they were before. So that's what I'm gonna make with that one. This is rayon fabric from Joann's, and it's got all the colors I like, especially the red and those big print flowers. It's just beautiful. So I see a cami top made out of this. It's perfect for like a Crystal Cove cami from Itch to Stitch. That is the project I have in mind for this fabric. The next one is fabric that she's used to make herself a top, so we could twin. And I actually sent her a small box of fabric from here, so that I made things so we could twin, you know. We just want to be silly. So this is beautiful. This is crepe, and it's got these stripes, vertical stripes, and it looks like someone painted them on like with brushes, and they're just gorgeous. This combination of colors is just amazing. I love everything with navy. And I've just bought yellow shoes. I've bought these beautiful, beautiful yellow mustard shoes. Perfect. And then there's even handmade self-bias binding. You know, we make bias binding, and so she sent me some bias binding to use with this. So that is really cool. The next fabric is a crepe that will also go with my yellow shoes, and it's amazing. This is just the perfect summer print. And it's got these turquoise and yellows and whites, and it's just like, it's such a summery print. What I can see making with this is an A-line skirt, sort of like the Fiore skirt that I made, the one with buttons going up and down. So that is what I see making with this. I will see how that works, but yeah, I just love the colors. It's so beautiful. And you can tell when your friends know your style and know what you like, because they send you things that are specially thought out for you. But check out this chiffon. It's amazing. So look at this. It's large scale, like flowers with these colors, and it's just the most amazing drape, and oh, it's just so beautiful. This is just so beautiful. And yeah, chiffon, I mean, it feels like you're putting ice on your skin, and it's just so soft and so beautiful. This is just so beautiful, and I'm so happy to have that. Vivian is my friend. We've been friends for years. We chat daily, and she's very generous. She's always like putting things aside, you know, to send me at some point when she collects a few things, and it's just it's just amazing that she would do that for me. And yeah, I'm just very, very grateful for her and her support and everything that she gives me daily through her friendship. It's really humbling, and I'm so thankful that they would take time away from their day to put these things together and mail them to me as a gift. That is just so thoughtful, and it just warms my heart and makes me very happy. So thank you so much to Annie and to Vivian for these wonderful gifts. They will be put to good use. They will all be great assets to my sewing, whether in my learning with the books, with the tools, making my sewing easier, and these lovely fabrics that will make beautiful garments.